I muted my TV doing their stupid date. I muted the TV because I said to myself, I don't want to listen to any rubbish y'all have to say. I don't care about your date. I don't care for y'all. I don't really business with what you have to say. Come to see on X, boyfriend and girlfriend. Well, we see it in the episode anyway. They come back shouting boyfriend and girl. This is why I muted the TV. Y'all need to understand, this is why I muted the TV. I might even put the clip. Nah, you lot think I was joking. Like, my TV's actually muted. I am not here, like, to be watching it. I don't want to hear what they have to say. I've muted the TV. I don't want to hear it. In this video. This is why I muted the TV. Because I didn't want to hear rubbish. But rubbish was said anyway. Anyway, guys, we're back with another review. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button with the notification bell on. So every time I upload a video, you guys are instantly notified. As you already know, you know the vibes. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. So be sure to join the family. I'm bringing you Love Island updates, gossip, reviews, all the others. Just want to let you guys know my channel isn't based solely on Love Island stuff. Just in case you lot are subscribing and thinking that's what it is. During the Love Island season, I'm going to be heavy talking on Love Island stuff, Love Island tea, this, that, and the third. But then obviously, for example, Love is Blind is coming up, then I'll move on to that, so on and so forth. You lot get the gist. Without further ado, we are just going to get straight into this review because we need to uncover the bullshit that happened today. So we start off this episode by Yasmin and Jamie having a conversation. And Yasmin said that she doesn't want to speak to Dejon. She is just tired of him and Meg because they feel like they're so entitled. And Yasmin said it's actually hard to live with. I could only imagine. Imagine you're trying to navigate yourself around a villa or navigate. It's like living in a uni accommodation with other students, right? And it's like you want to speak, you want to talk to someone because I know it's slightly different, but you want to talk to someone and just let them know, listen, you left your dishes in the sink, you need to wash your dishes. And they're like, nah, I don't want to talk, or I don't want to hear what you have to say. They're so entitled. They feel like, oh, there's how many of you in here? Someone is going to wash the dish type of thing. That's the type of energy that Dejon mostly gives me, but Meg gives me slightly, but Dejon gives the bulk of it, okay? Then we have Shakira and Connor. Shakira and Connor are talking about the kissing challenge. And Shakira was like, you need to be smarter with how you're moving because especially like Connor acts like a kid in a candy store when there's challenges and stuff like that. And Shakira is just like, yeah, you need to be smarter and just, relax yourself. And she was like, you're giving these girls quite high ratings. It's not that Shakira got a lower one or something like that. It was just like their ratings were too high. Like, relax. Tony and Cash end up having a conversation. Cash said that it was an accident to give her a 10, but that was obviously, that's banter. That's like flirty banter. It's like, it's not a mean way. He was like, nah, it's actually an accident. Like, that's just his way of like flirting, bantering with her. Cash said that she kissed everyone with the same passion. I can't really remember. I think maybe she did. I don't know. Maybe she did. Tony asks, what does he think about her now? And obviously Cash is admitting that he still has feelings for Tony. Like I said in yesterday's review, and I will say it again, if them two was to get back together, I wouldn't be mad at it. Because the way that when they were talking later on in the episode and I was just grinning teeth, I was like, nah, I low-key want them two to get back together. I understand for Cash's self-respect and stuff like that, but Tony has taken accountability, like I said already. And them two just have such great chemistry. It's like it's nice to watch. It's actually refreshing due to the bullshit that we're actually witnessing on the TV. This is refreshing to watch because I'm actually smiling, guys. I'm actually grinning when they're talking. So yeah. She was hesitant to even talk to Cash because she didn't want to make him an option, and I believe that's why Cash was like kind of hesitant to talk to her as well because he didn't want to feel like an idiot going to speak to her and then him feeling second best. No one ever wants to be second best. When you're dating someone, you want to be number one. You want to be the person that someone's showing the most attention to. If you find out that, oh, you're giving your attention to someone else, it's not a nice thing to hear. I'll be honest. It's not nice. It's not nice to witness either. So, yeah. He said the door isn't completely closed. So, like I said, guys, don't be surprised if them two actually get back together, okay? Ty and Angel are having a conversation. There was nothing really to jot down regarding those two, but Their kiss was very passionate. I don't know about them too. It seems like a simulation. Like, Ty's a very nice guy. Like, I don't have a bad word to say about Ty. I don't have really anything negative to say about Angel either. It's just, I don't know. To me, I understand, like, there's only, like, 2 weeks left. But to me, as soon as, like, they came in, it was too quick. It was too fast for me. But, some people move quickly, and that's just the pace that they're moving at. So, I don't have much to say. Billicus and Cash then have a conversation, and they are talking about the challenge and talking about how, like, that was the first time they have ever kissed, was at that during the challenge. Now, they end up going to the terrace and they end up kissing, right? But let me tell you how this kiss ended up. I think I need to drink some water because my throat is dry. The way that they ended up kissing, right? It seemed too forced. And I did tweet this as well. It seemed too forced. It was kind of like, I just want to kiss you. Like, I don't like when people say it. I rather you just have a conversation and you lean in for the kiss. Like, why do we need to announce that I want to kiss? Or why do we need to say it? You should instantly feel that both of you want to go in for a kiss. That's real spark. That's real connection, you know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Or leave your opinion about that in the comment section. But for me personally, when I've gone to kiss someone, I've never been like, I just want to kiss you. I've never said that to any. I've never said that to anyone I've kissed. I've never said to them, I want to kiss you. It's just in the moment, we're feelings are feeling, you know, the butterflies, all of that, all of the above. And yeah, boom, bow, spat. That's what happens, okay? You shouldn't have to announce that you're going to kiss someone. So for me, it was a bit forced. Like, ease your way into the kiss, okay? Like, just ease your way into it. Emma and Boris have a conversation, and Boris said that Angel was his best kiss. Anyway, Emma said that Boris wasn't his best kiss. We all know whose Emma's was. It was her ex's. The kiss with Cash and Bailey. Oh, so I did end up making a note about it. I couldn't remember if I made a note about it, but I ended up making a note about it. They are very giggly around each other. Billy Kiss and Cash. They're very, very giggly around each other. Billy Kiss asks, how do you think their journey is going? And Cash said he likes the way how it's going. All I'm saying this is now, I know the type of man that Cash is, so I don't need to worry, but I think he just needs to let Billy Kiss know that I really like you as a person. I like where we have been going, but Tony's the girl for me. He might as well just come out and say it. I know a lot of you out there want Cash to explore Billy Kiss, and you lot are saying that Tony had a chance, this, that, and the third. I'm aware that Tony had a chance, but I'm sorry, when a spark is there, a spark is there. Sometimes second chances can be given. Now, me giving second chances, it really does depend on what you do and how you handle the situation. It really does, because God forgives and God gave people numerous chances. So, I'm a person, yes, I do believe in giving second chances, but it depends. It really depends. If it's something that's outrageous, if it's something that's off the charts, you ain't getting a second chance from me. I'll forgive you, but forgive for myself for me to move on, and you can go about what you're doing. But depending on what you've done, you can get a second chance. So, like I said, some of y'all are not here for the Tony and Cash reunion. I am. I'm one of those people. Sorry, man. Not sorry, but I'm here for that. Yasmin is telling the girls that Jamie wasn't defensive at all, and that's what I'm saying. You see the difference between Jamie and Dejon. You could pull Jamie up. You could tell him that Yasmin can tell him how she's feeling about something that he's done, and he's taking it fully on board. There was no arguing. There was no back chat. He was just like, listen, I don't want to make you feel like that again. Again, another definition of a real man. Again, Dejon needs to take notes. I'm constantly going to keep getting on to Dejon, you know, because I don't know what... Actually, we all know what game that they're playing. But after today's episode, this is why I keep getting on to this guy. And at this point, you lot are going to say I'm cyberbullying him. I promise you, I'm not cyberbullying him. He just keeps doing things in order for me to drag him. If Dejon wasn't doing sharpness, I wouldn't drag him, you know. Like, if Dejon was saying things or doing things I was agreeing with, I would put my hand up and say no. The same way when Harry said something, I can't remember, a few episodes ago, and I said no. This point with what Harry said, I agree with. Doesn't mean I'm a fan, but I agree with what he said. I'm very fair when it comes to that, but Dejon, hasn't done or said anything for me to be, oh no, when he pulled Harrison up, actually, that's when I said, okay, cool, like, but still, I had to drag him because it's like you're pulling him up, but like you're encouraging the behavior at the same time. So it's like, where's your mind really at? Cash made a coffee for both Billikis and Tony. He's just such a gentle, like he's trying to keep both of them happy, but it's like be careful with that because you know, like I know you're not trying to put Billikis in a triangle or put Tony in a triangle, but you're gonna end up doing it naturally without you realizing. That's the thing. Like, I know you say to yourself you're not going to try and do it. You don't want to do it. And I totally understand that. But with that being said, with you making a coffee for both of them, I understand you're trying to keep both of them happy, but you have to also understand as well, it's going to come to the point where you're going to need to drift off to one woman than the other. And that's what I'm saying. You get put in a triangle without you even realizing sometimes you're doing it. And I know with Cash, he's not doing it on purpose, but it's gonna be a thing where you're talking to both, you're entertaining both. Even though you're exploring with Billikis, you're still entertaining Tony. So therefore, they're in a triangle, and I know that's not your intention. So that's why I'm not dragging Cash, because I know deep down in his heart that's not his intention. That's why I'm not dragging him. Yasmin is speaking to Billikis and Emma, and Yasmin is basically expressing how she was feeling when she wanted to speak to Dejon. Basically, she's still annoyed at the fact that how he reacted about the whole situation, it was just pointless. Harry, Dejon, and Boris. Again, Boris, company you're keeping. Dejon and Harry said that if she wanted to talk, then she could have just said it there and then. Why would she want to say it there and then? Yasmin is better than me because I wouldn't be standing there waiting for you to finish your pass. Now I'll just put you on blast there and then. You wanna be funny? You wanna be disrespectful? Okay, cool. That's absolutely fine. Now everybody can hear our conversation because I was gonna give you the courtesy of us to go talk privately by the fire pit or wherever you wanted to go talk privately. But no, you wanna be stubborn. You wanna be rude. You wanna be disrespectful. So okay, cool. Now that I feel disrespected, I'm gonna have to activate, and my activation is gonna be me embarrassing your client in front of everybody. I didn't want to have to do it, but with your attitude, now I have to do it. I have to be that person. Because it's not me, I know it's not me that you are trying to disrespect. I know it's not me that you're trying to make look like a mug. That's your girl. Go do that to her. Don't come and treat me like that type of thing, you know? The way I would have put him on blast. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yasmin, she's a lot better. She's better than a lot of people. Because a lot of people don't have time for people like Dejon, you know. And I know people personally that don't have time for men like him. Okay, cool. Helena said it wasn't the challenge that annoyed her. It was just a build-up of other stuff. Again, Helena's an absolute joke because from like week 2, 3, I would give grace even for 3. You should have known the type of man that you were getting into bed with. So yeah, I don't feel sorry for Helena. All I can say for Helena is actually good luck. That's all I can really say. Harry pulls Angel. And he starts off by saying, you're absolutely unbelievable. And he ends up shutting things off with Angel. I'm not buying it. You know deep down in your soul. You know deep down. You know what it is? I feel like the producers, they want certain people in the final. They definitely want certain people in the final. All of a sudden, Harry's done a complete 180 and wants to shut things off with Angel. I know deep down in his soul, I know he didn't want to do that. I know he didn't want to do that. Now you want to do quick redemption arc. It's not working. It's not working. I don't know. Like I said, maybe for them little boy that are so quick to jump and believe anything, they will believe you and say, oh my God, Harry, oh my God, is this a new Harry? No. There's whatever redemption arc the producers told you to try and do is not going to work with me, boy. I promise you that now. He said, like, if she came in, like, week 3, it would have been a different story. And I put here, that's the first time that I've actually seen Harry do something responsible, where he was actually honest with the girl and said to the girl, listen, you're a lovely girl and that, but I know where things are with Helena. But like I said, I don't know. I'm just not buying it. I'm not buying it. I feel like producers have been in your ear to tell you, I believe you should do this to probably make yourself have a better whatever. Let me tell you something, producers. If you happen to watch my review, let me tell you lot something. No matter what you lot try and put in Dejon, Meg, Harry, Helena's ear, they, for me, are not my winners. Okay? Point blank period. Okay, cool. I just want that to be very clear because I don't know, you lot must think I'm a fool boy. It's not a thing like that, I promise you. Cash and Tony then have a conversation, and Cash said that it's about time that someone treated her like a lady again. This is the part where I started smiling. I said, these two need to make it to the final, definitely. They need to couple up and make it to the final. I understand Tony went through her, but Tony's back. Okay, guys, she's back. Can we let it go? Can we forgive? Can we move on? Okay? Let's let it go, okay? Because I've forgiven her. Personally, I've forgiven her and I've moved on. Personally. Yeah, we know, but Harrison's gone now. Look how she's thinking, but I do understand people also saying if Harrison was still in there, would Tony be moving like this towards Cash? That's a big question mark on that one. But he's not here, so I guess that's a what if. Tony said the way Cash has handled himself during that entire situation was very mature. You wanted to leave him for Harrison. Tony. Really? Hun. A man like that for Harrison. And I think I'm just gonna put actually no. Let me continue with my notes and then I hopefully I remember. But I need to really drag Harrison, you know, because he responded to Women's Aid, by the way. But I'm gonna talk about that briefly at the end of this review. Because I wanted to make a whole video, but by the time I saw it, I didn't have time. So I'm gonna briefly touch on it at the end of this review. Cash said with Billy Kiss that it's going in slow motion. And I put here, Tony and Cash are definitely getting back together. It's inevitable. Harry and Helena have a conversation. He told Helena he locked it off with Angel. Harry says he likes to see how much he can get away with. We all know. We all know. And the thing is, if Helena doesn't nip that... Actually, no, I'm not saying anything. No. Dejon and Meg have a conversation. This was the conversation that we all saw on the After Sun exclusive. Well, I didn't watch the After Sun, but I saw it on Twitter. This is the conversation that they had. So Dejon said he's feeling down. He's always been the head of his family. He said he's felt bad for saying no to Yasmin having a chat. He thinks it's because the girls keep bashing his name is why the public dislike him. Meg says it's jealousy. I'm speechless. I have no words. You guys already saw the video I made earlier. If you haven't seen that video, go watch it. I'll leave it at the end of this review, but go and watch that video. I've already spoken on this, so I'm not going to speak too much. I made a whole video about it, so I'm not going to talk too tough about that. All I'm going to say is that delusion is a real thing. And I know when I'm telling people to aspire to be what you want to be, go out and do what you want to be your best delusional self. I mean that in terms of like to get to where you want to be in life. Not in like a relationship or something. Excuse me. Excuse me. Not if it's not a relationship. Lord have mercy. Not when you want to try and win money. Okay. Boris and Ty have a conversation, and Ty said his time is better since Angel has arrived. They've been kind of just coasting. They're coasting because they haven't had no test. So if we could go back to that game and Angel was there and it was a few days later, I would say them two are coasting. Boris wants to pull Angel for a chat and he lets Ty know. I thought that was very respectful from Boris. Dejon and Meg have another conversation, and Dejon says that when it comes down to it, he knows he's quite stubborn. What's happening? What's going on? This fake accountability is, I'm not here for it, okay? You're not fooling me. I don't think the people that watch me, you're not fooling them either, because the majority of people don't like you, that watch me anyway. You get the odd few begs that come in the comment section and say, oh, the hate. A lot of people are saying, oh, the hate for Dejon and Meg is forced. I don't even think it's on Meg. I don't even think that the dislike is on Meg too tough, you know? Even though Meg is a mean girl, we've established that. It's not even on her too tough. It's Dejon. Okay, it's Dejon. It's not even on Meg too tough. It's Dejon because of the way he treats and disrespects people. But all of a sudden now he's holding himself accountable. Producers definitely stepped in. And this is why I'm not buying it. And this is why I'm saying it's fake, because Dejon has done a complete one. I don't know. Harry and Dejon have just like completely switched with how they're behaving. In like 2 minutes, you've changed your behavior. I'm not buying it. No, producers definitely stepped in and said, "No, the public we want you." They gave the pep talk. Now you guys have to make it to the final, so you guys have to do whatever it is. The public are saying this and that about you. Just go in, have the conversation. I'm telling you, that's what's happening, guys. I promise you, that's what's happening. He's all saying it's something he's working on, and he said, if it was the old him, he would have not spoken to Yasmin. You mean 24 hours ago, or probably even less? The old you. You're still that same person. It's just the producers told you what to do. Okay, cool. Dejon and Yasmin have a conversation, and Dejon apologized to Yasmin. Yasmin just let him know how she was feeling, and it was basically unnecessary for him to make the comment. And he could have said he didn't want to kiss anyone, or he wanted to give it a 0 because he's keeping it respectful to Meg. Boom, bow, clack. That would have been done there and then. And that conversation could have easily had yesterday. It would have been 2 minutes, but he wanted to be ignorant about it and go about it in a disrespectful manner. Dejon said, that's not him. Of course that's you. You're a rude person. You say rude things and then you're covering up as banter, as joking. Not everyone's laughing with you. So if that's really how you banter, me personally, me and my friends don't banter like that. Or someone I'm getting to know cannot banter with me, or yeah, people can't banter with me like that. Like, they can't throw shade and then call it banter, because we could both do that, you know. One thing I let people know is, if you're shading me, you better shade me properly. I don't cover it as banter, because we could both do that. But I'll go to hell and back. I'll go to hell and make a return. Don't play with me when it comes to that. If you got something to say it. If you want to roast me about something, I'd rather you just roast me. Don't do this under backhanded shade and stuff. Don't be pussy. Don't be pussy. Say it with your chest. Okay, say it with your chest. And I feel like Dejon says things and hides behind his hand, and then wants to claim his banter is banter. I don't like people like that. Connor and Shakira end up having a conversation, and Connor doesn't want he doesn't want to be open anymore, and Shakira wonders what he will be like on the outside. They are gonna act like they are closed off, even though they aren't. Well, yeah, it's 2 more weeks left. There's no need to be. At this point, there's no need for any of the couples to really be open like that. But you know, it wouldn't be Love Island if they weren't twists and turns. So I guess, yeah. Shakira isn't 100% sure if Connor is really for her. And she said basically, Connor was feeling like he feels like not one-sided, but he's putting in more effort. And then Shakira's like, it's because I've got barriers up. And she has every right, because she was already hurt by Harry. And she said I was very hard for her. It was very hard for her. So she's got barriers up because she doesn't want you to do the same, as she really likes Connor. Then she's just being cautious regarding that. Boris pulled Angel. Boris is teaching Angel Spanish, and Boris can speak quite a few languages. That's one good trait to have, and that's something I wish I could have done. I mean, I could still do it, but I'm too lazy. So I ain't got time to be learning 5-6 different languages, shall. He speaks a few. So he speaks English, Slovakian, Spanish, German, and there was one more that he said that I can't remember off the top of my head. Let me know in the comment section below. But I feel like that's one thing I can say, that's a very good trait to have. To be able to be bilingual like that, that's also attractive. It's attractive because you can translate, and if it's fluent as well, you could definitely like translate. He could work in an airport and work as a translator. You make good money from stuff like that. So no, I highly respect that, to be honest. They have flirty banter with each other. Meg got a text. Meg and Dejon have a date. When I tell you guys, if you guys follow me on TikTok, you saw the clip. I muted the TV. I was not watching or listening to that rubbish. I muted. The TV was on mute. I didn't even have subtitles on. There's no way I wanted to hear the rubbish. And I'm glad I didn't hear the rubbish, because I think I would have been annoyed if I was hearing that conversation. I think I really would have been pissed off. I'm not going to lie to you. I would have been annoyed. Angel said that she's really starting to like Ty. Harry then proceeds to ask Angel if she has no underwear on. You think this guy's really changed? Come on. You think he's really... Harry says he takes a different approach to women than Ty does. Yeah, it's clear as day. You take the disrespectful approach. Ty is respectful. That's the difference. That's literally it. That is literally it. And Harry ended up proceeding to say the nice guys finish last. You see that type of mentality? And let's talk about it, because a lot of people do say that the nice guys finish last. Don't let people drum that kind of thing into your head about nice guys finish last. The right person will be for you, and that's one thing you need to remember. In terms of men, because it's a man thing that people tend to say to men, or the nice guys finish last. Let me tell you something. The right woman will be for you. I always say this. When you're talking to someone, if the vibe is off, if you're not feeling the spark, if it's not there, it's not for you. The reason why a lot of people get into bad relationships or they get into bad circumstances is because they force things. They want to be in, like, the moment is so good, but longevity is not going to last because it's forced. People sometimes just want to be in a relationship for the sake to say, I'm in a relationship, but you're not even feeling the person you're in a relationship with, i.e. Meg and Dejon. But yeah, that's basically what that is. So don't take on that mentality where that's part of that toxic masculinity bullshit. It's like, oh, the good guys finish last, so let me go and terrorize women. No, good guys don't finish last. You just haven't found the right woman. I said what I said. And that's just it. Like, there's good women out there. And there's good men out there. There is good men out there. There are good men out there. It's just, there's more good women than there is men. I said what I said. The men, listen, and I get men coming and call me simps, this, that, and the third. Call me whatever you want. That's okay. You could call me a simp. If me being a simp means I respect women and I'm going to have their back when I see a man disrespecting them, then so be it. Then I'm the biggest simp of them all. You might as well call me Simpy Tarek or whatever. Give me a nickname or something, if that's the case. Cash and Tony then have a conversation, and Tony says for fun she plays bingo. I'm guessing bingo. Obviously, she's from Vegas, so like casino and stuff like that over there is very, very big. Cash thinks that Tony needs to find more hobbies, and just from their conversation alone, I was just smiling. I said, "Yep, I love it. I'm here for it. Like, guys, I'm fully here for it." Meg comes back in the villa now screaming that her and Dejon are boyfriend and girlfriend. And not the Love Island app notifying me saying, oh, we got our first boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't care. Honestly speaking, like, I don't care. I really don't care for Meg and Dejon. You know what, guys? If Meg and Dejon have haters, I'm one of them. If Meg and Dejon have haters, I'm one of them. I'm so sorry. And the reason why I will hate, because it's not true. You can't hate on something that's not true. If it's true, then okay, cool. I'm not gonna hate on it because okay, that is true, innit? But if it's something that's make believe, I'm gonna hate on it. So I'm fully putting my hand up and say if they have haters, I'm one of them. Meg says that she didn't even expect it from him because it's fake. There was no conversation to kind of allude to it. Anything. It's all fake. Dejon really thinks he's touching that 50K. Not if I have anything to do with it. You ain't touching shit, boy. You ain't touching nothing. Tony and Shakira have a conversation and they're just laughing at the fact about boyfriend and girlfriend. Them two, you can never make me hate them. Like I said, Tony had her little time. I didn't dislike her though. I was just very disappointed in her. But all I'm saying is, you can never make me dislike Shakira and Tony because they've been clocking onto Dejon. They've clocked his tea and they're saying they're happy for Meg because generally Meg is happy. Like, they know Meg is genuine. But with Dejon, it's all a game for him. It's all a game. And then we get the tomorrow night preview, and Tiny Temper is coming to perform in the villa. It's been a long time since I've heard a tune from Tiny Temper as well. So it's actually refreshing to see him come and perform his music. I just want, before I sign off and I go, without making this too long, I just want to talk about like how women's aid, or do I talk about it or should I just put it's actually, let me just break it down quickly. Harrison responded to the Women's Aid campaign, and the shortened version is he's saying that Tony knows that he's not a bad person. He doesn't really have a great relationship with his dad. Like, he speaks to his dad on the phone, but to see his dad is rare. His mum was not happy to see that Women's Aid released a statement. And also, as well, he disagrees with what they have to say. All of those points that he made, again, it tells me everything I need to know about Harrison. There was accountability in parts of it that he was like, you know, he didn't, you know, looking back at it, he, you know, he felt bad for like playing between both and stuff like that. But it just goes to show like you're only apologetic. I feel like you're only apologetic because Women's Aid made a statement. People always want to apologize when they get caught for stuff. If Women's Aid never made a statement, would my man be coming out and saying all this stuff? I'll let you lot think about that in your heads. And yeah, that is it for today's review. If you guys have enjoyed, don't forget to hit that subscribe button with the notification bell. So every time I upload, you guys are notified. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you lot thought about tonight's episode and that bullshit of a date and boyfriend and girlfriend nonsense. And yeah, as you lot already know, we are on the road to 10,000 subscribers. And what's the time? I was thinking of going live on TikTok, but I don't know. If you lot see me live, follow me on TikTok. I might go live. I might do a quick little live. But yeah, I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Have a good night and take care.